To, KTN News, Nairobi.
All right, the latest news that you're receiving right here on a KTN News Center concerning the Jubilee Parliamentary Group meeting, it is that Honorable Aden Duale has been removed from his position as the majority leader of a Jubilee Party at the National Assembly, paving way for Kipipiri Member of Parliament Amos Kimunya, who is now taking the mantle as the leader of majority at the National Assembly. Let me just repeat that again. Honorable Aden Duale is no longer the majority leader of a Jubilee Party at the National Assembly. The new majority leader at the National Assembly for Jubilee Party is Amos Kimunya, Kipipiri Member of Parliament. These changes are happening right now at the KICC, where President Uhuru Kenyatta is there to lead the Jubilee Parliamentary Group meeting. I also understand that Deputy President William Ruto is also attending that meeting. But that is the latest information that we have for you this morning. Our reporter Jeff Kirui will continue giving us more details when it comes to the changes that are being made right now at the KICC, where President Uhuru Kenyatta, together with his deputy William Ruto, are meeting all Jubilee members of Parliament when it comes to their parliamentary group meeting that is happening at the KICC. But let me just repeat that again. Honorable Aden Duale is no longer the Jubilee Party parliamentary majority leader at the National Assembly, and that meaning that the new majority leader at the National Assembly for Jubilee Party is Amos Kimunya, the Kipipiri Member of Parliament. That change has just been made this morning when the President is currently meeting the Jubilee Members of Parliament. And that meeting, I also understand that Deputy President William Ruto is also attending that meeting. So that is one of the changes that has been made, that has been announced during that meeting. We expect more changes to be made when it comes to different departmental committees of the National Assembly. Who will move out? Who will step in as a new leader? We know that several members of Parliament, allied to the Deputy President William Ruto, are expected to be removed from some of the parliamentary departmental committees. We will know who will be removed and who will step in. But so far, what we can confirm for you, it is that Honorable Aden Duale is no longer the majority leader of a Jubilee Party at the National Assembly. Amos Kimunya has taken over the mantle, the leadership of the Jubilee Party at the National Assembly as the majority leader. When it comes to other positions of different departmental committees, such as members of different departmental committees or the chairs of the different parliamentary departmental committees, we are yet to know who is going to be removed and who is going to step in. There are other political pundits who are saying that, owing to the fact that Jubilee signed, signed up some political agreements with different political parties, such as the Wiper Party and also Chama cha Mashinani, we are expecting probably some of the Wiper members of Parliament to be given some positions, because that is what we saw at the Senate when some members of the KANU party were given some leadership position at the Senate. So this might also play out today at the parliamentary group meeting. And so we are just waiting to know who else probably has been removed from a committee to pave way for another member of Parliament. So far, all we know, let me repeat that again, Honorable Aden Duale has been removed from that seat as a majority leader. Remember, the ouster of Aden Duale has come after 126 members of Parliament pended their signature to have Duale removed as the majority leader. Others say they no longer have faith in him because he is supporting the deputy president. Others believe that he was not driving the agenda of the president when it comes to development agenda, and so that is why 126 members of Parliament pended their signature. So the ouster of Duale comes days after the 126 MPs pended their signature to have Duale removed from that office as the majority leader. And so that leadership changes takes effect immediately. So I'd like us now to cross over to Jeff Kirui, senior political affairs reporter who's at the KICC. Jeff Kirui, good morning. So apart from Duale being removed as the majority leader, who else has been affected by the changes that have been made at the KICC during that parliamentary group meeting?
Well, very good morning, Brenda. Indeed, Duale, we can confirm, is no longer the majority leader of the National Assembly, and the position will be taken by Kipipiri Member of Parliament, Amos Kimunya. And the position which was being held initially by Amos Kimunya as the secretary to the Jubilee Parliamentary Group will be taken by Honorable Aden Duale. Those are some of the changes which have actually been effected by the president. The vote to oust Aden Duale from the position of the majority leader was actually subjected to an acclamation where the president only stood and said how many, or rather who are supporting the ouster of Aden Duale as the majority leader. And in that acclamation, the ayes actually had it, and Kimunya will now be the next majority leader. And those changes will be communicated officially by the majority whip in the National Assembly, Emmanuel Wangwe. And regarding the committees, different committees, departmental committees in the National Assembly, the president has until Thursday, or rather there was a communication from the speaker which was made last Thursday, and it's expected to lapse within 7 days. And the president says he will communicate those changes, those who will actually be proposed to take the chairs of the 5 departmental committees whose members were de-whipped. Among them is Kikuyu Member of Parliament, who was de-whipped as the chair of the committee, Budget Committee in Parliament. We have the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, William Cheptumo. We have the Sports Committee, Victor Munyaka. We have the delegated legislation, Gladys Boshole. Those are some of the chairs of departmental committees who are de-whipped, and those positions will be filled based on the communication which will be coming from the office of the president on the preferred members of parliament to head those committees. There is a total of 5 committees which are committee chairs which are expected to be filled, and 11 vice chairpersons in those committees which are expected to be filled. And we will be waiting for that communication from the majority whip of the National Assembly. Brenda.
And Jeff Kiruya, I also understand that the DP attended that meeting. Has he said anything concerning these changes that have been made, especially touching on his own man, Aden Duale?
Well, Brenda, when the president came, the person only who spoke is the Secretary General of the party, that is Raphael Tuju. And that was after the opening prayers, and then immediately the president stood and asked the members of the press to leave the venue. And from there, the president spoke, and then the last person actually is the last person who spoke in that parliamentary group meeting before the closing prayer, and members were dismissed, of course, after making those changes. So it's only 3 people who actually spoke in that meeting. That is the person who was opening with a prayer, the Secretary General of Jubilee Party, and the president only. Those are the 3 people who spoke in that parliamentary group meeting. The meeting which lasted approximately 30 minutes and it was over. No one else, no questions were taken, no questions were answered. Brenda.
All right, Jeff Kiri, thank you so much. You'll be giving us more details during Leo Mashinani with my colleague Lofty Matambo, meaning I need to bring KTN News Center to an end, and I wrap up News Center with that breaking news that you can see on your screen, that Aden Duale no longer the leader of majority at the National Assembly. It is Amos Kimunya, Member of Parliament, Kipipiri, and also taking over the Secretary of the Jubilee Parliamentary as the Secretary for the Jubilee Parliamentary at the National Assembly is Eldas Member of Parliament, Aden Duale. A developing story right there. Jeff Kirui will be back with Lofty Matambo.